Hi guys, this is the aftermath after our storm yesterday. We got a really good drop of water. Very good, very satisfied with the outcome, and no damage whatsoever. Only a benefit. Check out the white Shatut mulberry. There's a couple of bugs up there having a bit of a meet-up. Can you see that guy? They've been really busy out here on the mulberry and the guava. Oh, and here's his mate there too. Two of them. I think that's a beneficial insect, by the way. I see him around. Now, today I've been really busy in the garden all afternoon. I removed the netting from the white Shatut. We got our last fruit. There's still a lot of green ones, but it's time to take off the net because we've had enough. 2 months, almost 10 weeks of mulberries, white mulberries from this tree. A really amazing tree. Highly recommended if you have the space. And it comes with a major warning. And the reason I give you a warning is because of the size of the tree. First of all, the size. And look at this. Look where I happened to plant it. Can you believe it? I planted it under 4 lines. Power, telephone, and 2 cable internet companies. Great, huh? I wasn't thinking. So I'm giving you this warning so you don't do the same as I did. And more than that, look at the trunk. Look at the trunk. Hang on. There's the trunk. Okay. Be very careful about planting this white Shatut. Pakistan mulberry, I think you call it in America. Very careful. Don't put it near the house. I have it, let's see, about 5 meters away from the house. That's not too bad. And no power lines. Oh well, I screwed up there. I didn't know it was going to grow this big 6 years ago when I planted it. And nowhere near any water pipes or gas pipes. I got one right here. Right there. I got a water pipe right there. And where's the tree? It's over there. So that's about 3 meters. 3 meters from a water pipe. Not bad. 3 meters from a water pipe and 5 meters from the house. But only a few inches from the power line if I let it grow tall enough. But now I know, so I just trim it. But twice a year. I get a chainsaw out. Not a pruner, chainsaw. So that's one job I did today. I removed the netting, had the last sweet white mulberries, and the rest can go to the birds. All for the birds. They're on the house. What else did I do this afternoon? Well, all this mess here. Look at that. I pruned the Hicks Fancy. The Hicks Fancy is a black mulberry. I took off, 1 to 1.5 meters off the top. And I do that like 2 to 3 times a year on this Hicks Fancy. Because I tell you what, the birds go crazy for this mulberry. It's their absolute favorite. Black mulberries are the absolute favorite for birds. So there's no chance. We got some chance with the white one, but no chance with the black one. And the only way I'm going to get a net to fit on here is by removing all the tops. And I have to do that in spring and now in summer. And then again at the end of autumn. So 3 major cuts for this guy. So keep that in mind when you plant mulberry. You're going to be busy. Unless you live in the woods, in the middle of nowhere, and you can plant 10 of them. Then it doesn't matter. Let the birds have 5 trees and you can have the other 5 trees, right? But I don't live in the country. I live in a city. So this one here, the red shatut, is the one I highly recommend of all mulberries because it's a semi-dwarf. Look how I can reach the top leaf. Look, that's as tall as it's going to get. 2.5 meters, maybe 3 meters maximum. Now that's a height you want. 2.5 to 3 meters. Easy to put the net on, easy to put the net off. I've never trimmed it in 5 years. Never trimmed. And it's always loaded. The red shatut, the red mulberry. Keep that in mind. So I also took the chance to do a little bit of light pruning on our plums here. One plum, the green gauge, if you're familiar with that one. It's one of my all-time favorite plums. But unfortunately, this year was not a good year for this variety. No plums at all. Sorry. Had hundreds of flowers, but they all oh, hang on. I think I'm going to take that back. I see one. Oh wow, we're going to get one green gauge. One green gauge. There it is. Groovy. I can't see any others. Last year it gave me like 3, and the year before it gave me 50. So it's one of those alternate bearing plum trees. Keep that in mind with the green gauge. So yeah, I did a light prune on that because it was growing into the jacaranda, the ornamental subtropical beautiful tree here that we're touching right there. So maintenance, guys, maintenance. Not just mowing the lawn, but pruning, trimming, maintaining, cleaning. Oh, it's like being a housewife in the kitchen. My kitchen is out here. Today I also cut back on this pear tree, double grafted, green and brown pear. The reason I did that was it had gotten out of hand. Just like apple trees, they sort of grow real high. So I took off again about 1 to 1.5 meters off this huge 16-year-old pear tree, which I really want to get out, pull out, but the wifey wants it. She wants her pears for juicing, and it's another one of those alternate year bearing fruit trees, which is a pain. Again, this year 3 pairs. I have to hold on to this tree for 3 pairs, but when it's a good year it gives about 300 pairs. So that's the only reason I'm holding on to it, and of course because the wifey is gonna you know, throw a tantrum if I pull it out. So this was another job I did today. Oh, did you hear that parrot that went over my head? Yeah. Oh, let's go and check out what they're doing. The parrots are eating my neighbor's apples. He's not a oh, what can I say? He's not into fruit at all. So I don't know why he planted these apple trees next to my apple trees, but check it out. Check this out. Every January, all these apples go to the birds, the parrots. In a way, it's a good thing. Hang on. See if I can zoom in. Look at all the apples. All gonna go to spoil the birds. Look. See that? He doesn't care. So In a way it's good, he's there now. You can probably see me. In a way it's good because they leave my apples alone. They leave my apples alone, and because his apples come a month before mine do, well, mine get to ripen. See, these are too small to eat, even for the birds. So they eat his apples, and when they're finished with his apples, my apples are almost ready. And then I prune the tops like I did with the pear. Big job. Every February I've got to take all these tops off, and I cover with the same nets that I had on the mulberry tree. Yeah, so in a way it's good that he's letting the birds eat all these apples. It helps me. Can you hear them? They're hiding up on that pine tree. That's their refuge. There they are. They're looking at me. Hang on. See them? There's two of them there. Yeah, that's their refuge. Waiting for me to move away so they can go back to his apples. So you're asking now, what about all those clippings, cuttings and trimmings? What do you do with them? What do you put them? Such a mess. Guess what, guys? This turns into mulch. This is the pear cuttings from the pear tree. Look at this. I use everything. I don't put anything into the council bin. We get a garden bin. There it is there. That's the garden bin there. Look what I have in it. I haven't used this in I don't know how many years. Thanks very much. The council bin for garden waste is never used at Fruitopia. It's used here for the bananas. The bananas get all the clippings, not the city. Come on. So that's what I do with the clippings. And when I'm finished with this video, I'm going to take all the mulberry cuttings and put them around other bananas in the garden. Yeah, that's how we roll here at Fruitopia. Okay, this is the other reason that I trimmed the pear tree. Because of this guy. The mango. The R2E2 variety. It needs sun, right? Mangoes need full sun, not shade. This was shaded for the last 3 months. That is summer and half of spring. Not good, because it's sitting right behind this pear tree, which was up to there. And that's where the sun crosses. It crosses from there. It crosses to there. So as it crosses behind this pear, it's blocking the sun from getting to this mango. Duh. So I should have done this prune like a month ago, back in early December. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this awesome news update after our storm. Everything is really looking amazing, and the benefits of course take 2 or 3 days to show. So I've already seen the benefits, but it's hard to relay over the camera. But you'll see them in the days and weeks to come here at Fruitopia. So please put a like and subscribe if you haven't, and we shall catch you from the next video. Thanks guys.